Hello, Leos. This is a continuation of your previous video, Leos. This is a continuation of your previous video. We're going to go ahead and get into it. Let's get into it. You already have the questions for the moon in Leo from your previous reading, Leo. So let's see what's in these cards. Let's see what's in these cards here. So hopefully somebody is taking the time to grow some knowledge in your spiritual journey during this time. Increase your prayer life and also your meditation life during this time. Let's get into it, Leos. Let's do it. Let's see what's in your cards. Let's see what's in your cards. I've already prayed over your cards. I already asked Most High God for clarity in every area of your lives. And let's see what's in the cards. Let's see what's to come. Something has ended. The Death card came out. The Wheel of the Year. Here we also have La Luna. Here we have the Chariot card. Here we have Madre Tierra. And then also Goddess card. Somebody is definitely cutting ties with some things that may have been passed down through the umbilical cord from mom and dad's side of the family, of just kind of like not believing in certain things that were, or their unhealthy and wounded beliefs, like staying stuck to unhealthy beliefs, staying connected to unhealthy relationships with people, those kind of things. And so you were successful at doing that. So God is actually rewarding you, Leo, from saying, my parents may have stayed connected to unhealthy friendships, unhealthy romantic relationships, but that's not going to be me. You know, the way they may have viewed it is significantly different than how I viewed unhealthy relationships. And so that's what somebody needed to clear up to move on, this year. Sometimes people feel like they need to stay connected to friendships, just like if God showed you that some people were jealous of you, well, take the high road, that kind of thing. Whereas some people may say, oh, you showed me that part of yourself. Or it might even be to that extent, staying connected to unhealthy relationships. You just said that's where somebody's breakthrough came in. It's like you've been praying for two things and two prayers that you've been asking God to pray. Asking God for help with, and Source is saying you are a star in your own right. And Source is saying to you, you're able to leave. La Luna came out twice. The star came out twice. You're like your parents, they're a star in their own right. I'm a star in my own right. There's more than one star in the sky. I don't have to stay connected to unhealthy relationships. And I know they're unhealthy and I know that they're contaminating me. I don't have to do that. So that's where someone's breakthrough came in. Here we have the Five of Wands. We also have the Nine of Cups. And then also we have the Two of Swords, right? So somebody finally had to take the blindfolds off and recognize, it may even seem like common sense. Obviously, there's more than one star shining in the sky. But sometimes when loved ones stay connected to unhealthy relationships, you feel like without them even telling you to stay connected to unhealthy relationships, you're doing as they're doing, not as they're saying. So you're also passing that on to other people, that they don't have to stay connected to unhealthy relationships either. So that's a good thing. So as you continue on your prayer and meditation journey, you're seeing that your purpose to become a better human being, that road to your inner Lord could look a lot different than your parents' road to their inner Lord. And so it's actually going out into the universe, saying your spouse's road to their inner Lord could be different than yours. Your kids is different than yours. Your siblings, their road is different. So you got family members that stay connected to unhealthy relationships. You may say, even though you're a fixed sign, you're not going to be fixated on keep lighting people's flames when they keep blowing the flame out, keep trying to inspire and motivate when people are clearly showing you that they'll take that same fire that you're trying to use to add clarity and motivate them, that they'll turn around and blowtorch you with it. You'll say, Good for you. Here we also have the Star card again. Here we have the Hierophant card, the Death card, the World card, the Tower card, and then also the Nine of Wands. Star card came out again. It's almost like there's somebody vying for the biggest star, in the sky. You know what I'm saying? When all of the stars working together to illuminate the sky to give people hope. And that star would be, here we also have the Hierophant card. Here we also have the Death card came out again. We also have the World card. So something is closed out. Something is completely closed out. And here's the Tower card. So there could be some energies in your life now that you've come out of a long and arduous journey. There's some energies that's trying to pull you back into something. They're trying to pull you back into chaos and confusion, where God is trying to get you away from the chaos and confusion and just increase your prayer life and just kind of sort of see how things happen. Yep, sources saying, I'm just trying to show you that there's multiple stars in the sky. Some of those stars, the way that their star was formed, or the way that they came to their purpose, is that they were vulnerable and left uncovered. Some people were covered, in their families. Some people were. It was just a lot of ways that people developed their, how they found their purpose, what types of pain they went through in order to find their purpose here on planet Earth. And that's what somebody is starting to understand. Here we also have the Page of Swords, the Knight of Wands. Oh boy, somebody's mad. The Page of Swords. Here we have the Knight of Wands, the Two of Cups, the Five of Wands, the Three of Wands, and then also the Three of Cups, right? So here we have the Page of Swords. Whatever anxiety you may have been feeling about something, because somebody's walking around with blindfolds on, like they just didn't want to see something. They didn't want to, sources saying a soulmate coming into your life is going to help you to move on from lamenting from a whole lot of stuff that's been going on as it relates to two types of situations. So to stay away from, get away real fast from the whole bait and switch. I gotta warm up to an idea of staying connected to energies that are, the tower is falling on them, and sources saying, move on, just let it happen, just let it happen. As a matter of fact, two situations in particular where you felt like, okay, source is saying get away from it fast, but somebody's kind of almost looking at it as like it's a David and Goliath situation, because they haven't found their smooth stone. Somebody just haven't found just that, I am my own light, and I gotta kind of stay out of something and just pray about it. Like that's what I'm seeing here. It's two situations in particular that's involving a lot of people. Somebody is learning to pray instead of just get involved in certain situations. So, All right. Let's see what else is in your cards here. Some cycles are closed out. Somebody just decided, hey, you know what? I'd rather be around people who are inspiring people from different backgrounds. This has something to do with religion and spirituality. Some people jump to some conclusions about some things. And I feel like for somebody was trying to play the peacemaker. Like trying to get everybody to hold hands and trying to get along and all of this other stuff. But I don't feel like there's some energies that are budging. I feel like there's some energies that's like, nope, I don't want to be. It's like somebody is saying, I don't want to. Let me see how I can word this. It's almost like somebody is saying, no, I am not going to I'm not willing to compromise my purpose. I'm not willing to go back into something that was such a painful situation. I'm not willing to compromise my purpose just to soothe egos, if that makes any sense. So maybe it was you, Leo, that said, you know what, I'm not willing to go back into a job that almost, that burned my reputation. It's like somebody is saying, I'm not willing to go back into something that burned my reputation, that almost killed me, almost ruined me, for life, that I'm not willing to go through that pain again. I'd rather go to God for what was the purpose of all of the pain. Like somebody was saying, I would rather go to God. What was the purpose for all the pain? And so information is going to start flowing to you like water, but it's time for you to open up your vault door. It's time for you to open up your vault door. Somebody apologizes for hurting you. Um, but it's time for you to heal your wounded healer. And it's time to pray and meditate looking at the cards. So your wounded healer would be your Chiron, Chiron. The link for Chiron is below in the description. And that's that deep wounded part of us that sometimes it just causes you to sort of shut down, where you feel like, okay, this is insurmountable. I can't move beyond this pain. So you're just like a person that's walking around, with a wound that's just never closed in a sense. And you're learning how to, at this stage in your life, close those wounds out, right? So learning how to heal yourself. A source is saying everything is fine. Everything is fine. Here we have the Eight of Swords, because all this overthinking is causing somebody to dry up, just kind of sort of almost like somebody is like feeling like they need to be in a straitjacket or going crazy. Some kind of an approval for some money is coming through your path. Here we also have the King of Wands here. So there's a lot of energies that's watching you. They're paying attention to every little thing that you're doing. But it's two energies in particular that source is saying, instead of you letting it drive you crazy, like you almost feel like you need to be in a padded room and, this right here, this is self-sabotage. A person who is not necessarily relying on source, and as it relates to your spread of cards, a person who is not necessarily relying on source is like, okay, you're relying on resources instead of God for clarity, right? And source has been telling you it's two types of situation I need you to physically stay away from. Like, it's physically stay away from that, right? Again, even if you're talking about it, it goes all the way back to the very beginning where somebody says, okay, there's more than one star shining in the sky, and I don't want to have to pick sides because you know the truth. Like, okay, I don't want to see it as a competition. I just see it as everybody has a purpose and everybody arrives at their purpose. So you could be a co-parent, you could be a sibling, you could be the child, the parent, the whoever, and you're trying to help people. That's going to be part of your imparting your wisdom and knowledge as a leader and helping people to find their light in their universe, like helping people to find their light, right? So you went from looking for humans' approval and your parents and your siblings and family members are saying, no, God has already approved me. So that's what I'm focusing on right now. So I'm getting away from, this everybody, aligning myself with people who think people are slick and they have this strategy to, out slick people in a negative sense. They have secrets and all of this other stuff. And I'm going to God for answers, for clarity, because they're looking at you the same way. They're looking at you as like, okay, that's the energy that's being sent out to the universe, but that's also coming back. Whatever we send out to the universe, it doesn't come back void. It comes back whatever we send out, right? So that's what Source is teaching people, is that when you could be in the presence of some energies that have such big egos, they don't want to come to terms that there's more than one star shining in the sky. And so that could have presented a problem for somebody. So, but I don't see where, the majority of cards here, you're cleansing by fire. You're tossing all of the negative thoughts about people, places, and things into a fire pit, and you're going to God for clarity. Remember, because Mercury is retrograde, Mercury is the messenger and communication planet, because something is over. Like you're saying, you come from it looks like somebody comes from a long line of maybe spiritual leaders. Looking at the Hierophant card, which connects us to like high priest, bishop, maybe religion, those kind of things. And so I'm looking at this particular card here where you can see like these two keys right here. Like these two keys, like both sides of your family, like, and they just have this, and you see these structures right here. It's like, okay, they have this structured way of doing things, and you're trying to break free. It's like you're a person that's saying, I'm trying to break free of that belief system that there can only be one highest whatever. You're learning how to be your own person. So you come from a long line of people who, and it's like you had to break through though, Leo, because if you come from a family who are like, okay, well, we do things this way and that's wrong, like highly critical and stuff like that. And you had to come through to say, no, no, like the voice of reason. Remember, age doesn't equate to wisdom. Like you had to come through, Leo, and say, no, 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 no. There's more than one star in the sky. It's possible to like, we're not even talking about like, when I say star, I'm not talking about celebrities, but let's just say you have more than one celebrity that you like. You like, okay, I like the way this one sings. I like the way this one, their musicianship. But I also like this one just as much. And it can be for just like, okay, I can kind of sort of see how people would like this one. And I can also see how they like that one, right? And it's the same thing for you. Like it's even if kids are involved, I can see why kids can like mom, and I can also see why they like dad, even if you all aren't together anymore. Or I can see why, or let's say you were the kid and you like mom or dad, and somebody tried to make you choose between which one you like most, right? So that's what Source is saying is like, okay, it's more than one star in the sky, right? So it's a you're the one that's coming through to help everybody to see it from that through that lens, right? But you come from a long line of people who are deeply spiritual, and you help people to go to the rebirth side and not just stay in this grief and mourning, you know? So if, let's say, for instance, you were a kid and your parents got a divorce, and so, maybe there was an aunt or uncle in your family that came through who prayed for you. It's like, okay, this poor baby, talking about you, Leo, like this poor baby had to go through all of this stuff, this back and forth, and I know how that feels, and so let me help them get adjusted, those kind of things. And that could have been an aunt and uncle that had a breakthrough in your life that said, let me help you. Like, let me help you. I know how this feels. It's okay to like mom and like dad. And so you may, this person may help you with this person may help you with that. Like, even being in school, you may have had several favorite teachers that you remember. They were all operating in purpose, some purpose in your life. So that's what you're the one that's coming through and closing out cycles. Here we have, I am observant. Angels ask for your attention. Open your eyes, listen and think about everything that is happening. Trust your intuition and follow their guidance without any delay. Focus inward through meditation and prayer. That's right. Focus inward through meditation and prayer. Yep. So that's what people are starting to see is that, okay, you're the voice of reason coming through saying, okay, there is more than one star in the sky, and first, but you have to recognize that. You have to be the first person to recognize that even in your job, there's more than one star on the job. Even in your household, there's more than one star. Everybody in your house, and when I say star, I'm talking about purpose. Everything on this planet has purpose, right? So it is quite possible for somebody to like you just as much as they like somebody else, or like Leos just as much as they like every other zodiac sign, or whatever the case may be, without having to demonize the other side. You know what I'm saying? Like some people are like, I like you, Leo, and then they, thinking that they're giving you some sense of, giving you some sense of pride. It is possible for them to like, multiple energies. So acceptance. So I accept myself as I am. I accept what is without resistance. I have the power to choose my actions. I have the power to create change. I practice patience with myself. I am loved. I am not alone. I am at peace. So yeah, you're done with something. You're just saying, you know what? I'm just closing it out. I'm not staying connected to unhealthy relationships. I don't care who they are. I'm operating in purpose, and that's what I'm focused on. I'm keeping myself away and out of some stuff. I'm operating in purpose. So, I'm not trying to have anybody to compromise, their truth, whatever that truth may be. That truth could be that some people were raised in environments where, let me see. Oops. Some people could have been raised in environments where they were just left vulnerable and uncovered, and just had to raise themselves to some degree, and that could have been how they came to their star, their purpose. Some people could have felt like they were loved up on and everybody nurtured and protected them. They could have found their purpose in maybe being betrayed by friends, whatever it is. But some people, like sources saying, all of these stars are shining bright, and so you're saying you're the voice of reason coming through, saying, "Hey, look, I feel free and versatile to move around. I'm not getting caught up in he said, she said mess." So like I said, somehow you're the voice of reason. Somehow you are the voice of reason that's kind of sort of bringing everything together and helping people, inspiring and motivating. But guess what? That's where it started from the very beginning, Leos. You all are ruled by the sun. Your purpose was always to help people to find their purpose in life. But somebody had to go through some painful journeys themselves in their own personal lives to see, okay, God had to bring me through that storm or through those storms, a long and arduous journey to see all I need to do for real, like the sun, is rise and shine for real and be that bright light in people's lives and inspire them, and other things will come to you. So that's what I'm saying. But again, we don't have control over, we don't have dominion over other human beings. So we can't make other people see, in this case right here, because we're talking about a lot of religion and spirituality, we can't, and it's a lot of input, in everybody's lives. We can't make people see that there's purpose in their pain, right? But you had to go through a painful experience or painful experiences to see what your purpose was. So that's what I have for you all. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.